Hope you have a good day so far. Today I want to talk about something that a lot of you ask me questions. So I've done a little test for you. Yesterday I ran out of butane. The light is not the greatest. Sorry. Yeah, yesterday I ran out of butane, and I calculate the amount of time that it took me to run out of 1 can of butane. And I want to just talk about why I cook. That's my main source of cooking, is my little butane stove, and why I choose that, and all those questions. So first of all, I have this butane stove for probably, I will say, 4 years now. I purchased this butane stove before I started sleeping in my car. It was just my camping little stove. I choose that because I thought that would be so easy, just to put a can and, you know, 1 burner. It's alright, it's just for camping. And the stove is quite cheap too as well. It is, if I remember, around $30–$35 at Walmart Canadian. So really cheap if you consider, like, you know, a propane stove. It's almost like, you know, like $60–$100 depending on what kind of brand you go with. So yeah, I choose that. And when I start sleeping in my car, if you don't know, I slept in my car for 1 year before I buy this van. That was what I kept, you know. It's super small, like you saw this morning. And I was not cooking that much when I was in my car. I'm gonna make a video about a couple, like, recipe idea if you want, if you don't have any stove or fridge or cooler, because I had like nothing in that. I had like this stove, but I was not using that much because it was just, you know, it was a lot of process, if you want, in the car to put that out and and cook on it. So I kind of got used to, like, find recipe that didn't involve any cooking. And I still eat those recipe in the summer when it get hot. I don't want to start the stove because it's gonna just warm up the whole place. So we're gonna talk about all those things today, about butane, sorry, if I like it, if I'm gonna keep it, and all that good stuff. So first of all, I need a cup of tea. So I did a test. So I'm cooking right now. In the morning I make my cup of tea. That's usually the only thing I do. And in the afternoon I'm gonna have 1 meal that I'm gonna cook. The rest is just no cooking involved. So you can pretty much say that I use my stove twice a day. And 1 little butane tank lasts me 10 days exactly. So yesterday I ran out of it, completely empty. So 10 days. I never done the test, so it was quite interesting to do it. And where's my phone? 1 second. So one can, so I purchased those in a pack of 4 at Walmart here in Canada, and Canadian Tire too as well. I'm not sure Canadian Tire, it's a pack of 4 or 3. I don't remember. But at Walmart, a pack of 4 was $12.99. So pretty much $13. Divide by 4. So one can is $3.25. And 10 days. So 32 cents, 33 cents of that cost me to every day to cook with my stove. I don't know how much that will be if I was to cook on propane. I'm sure obviously a big propane tank would cost me more. The little I don't know how many pounds of, but the little green tank, I'm not sure if that would be so much more cheaper. The price doesn't bother me. The reason why I kept and why I cook on a butane stove is just I feel safer. To be honest with you, you just put it in and you clip and that's it. The connection is done. The connections would be, would be fine. I feel not so safe to have like the green tank and like I just feel like maybe it's gonna have a leak and all that, and I didn't want at all any big propane tank inside my van. I felt, if something happened, I just can explode. Okay, I'm really scared of those things, so that was like a big no for me. So I really like it for that. I don't mind the price, like I said, because that's a price that I don't mind to pay to feel safer. So the bad part about cooking with the stove, the butane stove. First of all, the big one that I ran, it was during the COVID. So when a year ago, when the whole pandemic happened, people, I guess, I don't know if people start like buying butane like crazy or if just didn't have enough supply. I'm not quite sure, but the time that I was in Squamish, I couldn't find any butane for weeks and weeks, and I was worried at that time. You can just probably relate to a year ago how you felt, but I was worried that big like chain like Walmart, Canadian Tire will close down, and the only thing that would be open is the grocery store. And the grocery store, most of them do not carry butane. Some do, but I was worried about that. So I was worried about running out of butane. So I ended up buying a propane stove because I thought, I was like, oh, that's what I'm gonna do eventually, buy a 2-burner propane stove. And I put it here and I was like, oh my god, this thing was like big, and I never cook on it because I ended up finding some more butane, and I gave that stove to my friend Jeffy Bear because he kind of wanted to change. By the way, I'm making a oatmeal this morning. Yeah, and the last time that I ran out too as well, or almost ran out, it was in a small town. I was waiting for the road to get better to do a mountain pass, and I realized, oh no, I almost don't have any butane left. And I ended up going every store in town, finding one store that had some, and they were quite expensive. So they were, I don't remember how much for a little can, but I ended up buying only one because I was like, alright, I'm gonna wait that I find a Walmart. So now I always carry like 2 or 3 extra, so I don't have some in hand. So this is probably the only downside. I feel like sometimes it can be a little bit harder to find butane, especially if you are in a small town. So yeah, you have to carry a little bit to be prepared. The other part that I don't like is you cannot refill them. So it's big waste. I wish they had like some option to refill them, or better to recycle them. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, this is one of my big problems. If you want, I don't like that part of it. And the other part that could be a problem, but for me it's not, it is a one burner stove. For me, like I said, it's not a problem. I got used to it, and I don't plan on having two burner. I think they take way too much space for, like, I never, even at home, when I had like a big cooking stove, a 4-burner, I always was cooking only with one. So maybe a handful of recipe I was cooking with 2, but yeah, very rare. So for me it's not a problem, but I just wanted to mention that could be a problem. They have online some butane that do butane and propane. So I think, I don't know them exactly, but I think it's just an adapter that you can put a little green propane tank on it. So that could be a good option, because if you come to a town that you cannot find any butane and you just rent out, you just put the adapter and you go buy a green propane tank, which usually it's quite easy to find. Let me put the rest of my oatmeal together. And probably the last big problem for me it is at 0 degree, and so below freezing level. This thing here doesn't work very well. So you have to warm it up with your hand, or if it's really cold, I don't even bother, to be honest. I just go at a store, get my cup of tea, because yeah, this is quite like annoying. In Squamish, when I was spending most of the winter, usually in the morning it's kind of close to freezing level or below, and in the afternoons get above freezing level. So yeah, so that was my only problem, was like sometime in the morning. But other than that, so you have to kind of be creative, and next winter I'm gonna have a heater, so shouldn't be a problem anymore, hopefully. So all that being said, if you ask me that I'm still gonna have like that I'm gonna change it, that I want a propane, if this one broke down, then I'm gonna buy another one. The answer to all of this is, if this stove broke down, I will get exactly the same one. This thing's been lasting for 4 years, almost 2 years in this van, cooking every day, and a little bit on my when I was in my car too as well. And you know, it's under my bed, as you saw. That's where I carry it, and it never broke down. Never, like at one point I'm like, maybe I should go get a new one, you know, because it's so like, it's just $30, so you think, you know, it would broke down right away, you know. But no, it's been very good, doesn't have any problem. The only thing that doesn't work is the ignition, so the starter. But you foggy, let me, sorry. Yeah, it's the induction, but that never worked. The first day that I got it, it didn't work. So this is why I always started with a lighter. Alright, this is pretty much done now. Let's remove that. Should try it. So good. Alright, so I'm gonna eat this and I'm gonna let you with this. If you do have any question, if anything I didn't answer in this little video about butane and cooking, let me know. I will do my best to answer you. And yeah, if you do have any van life question, also put them in the comment section below. I will pretty much always read all my comments, so if you do have any, you know, sometime if I don't answer them, it's just I have a plan for a video. So yeah, have a beautiful day, guys, and I will see you soon.